Andrew Top G Goat, man. Tate. Wow, this man made a big name for himself. I actually agree with some of the points that he is saying about masculinity, mental health issues, both men, women, protection of women, and gender roles in society, all that stuff. Really positive, motivative, inspiring person that he is. His messages have came in a derogatory way that he did not mean to portray himself to be. He is honestly a good guy. Just because guys like us listen to him, for some reason, it's just a big turnoff for girls. While we don't have a role model figure for all men in life, because being a guy is kind of hard with lack of motivation and depression. It's like way harder for us to live as a man than, with women. I don't want to sound like I'm sexist or whatever it is, but like Andrew is, I want to say a unique kind of individual that's like woken up the masculinity of men, and that they need to take charge and they need to take authority over things and be held responsible and all that stuff. And I'm like, damn, like this guy is literally speaking facts and everything. And before he grew a lot more early on with his popularity on TikTok, I really didn't think this dude means what he says about, oh, women should just stay in the house. I mean, I don't really agree with, stuff like that for some reason it doesn't agree with me, because I'm a whole different person. Because just because I agree with him doesn't mean I'm gonna agree with all his points. I agree with some, not all, and I feel like in his perspective it kind of awakened me a little bit, like opened my eye a little bit, and just like to see from a different man's perspective of what a man should do with himself and with his woman and everything. And it's just like, man, really top G of a guy. And there's like his apology and everything. I listened to everything, and that just gained my more respect for him a lot more, besides him stroking his ego, because he likes to think of himself as the most popular man. I mean, I think he's a little bit too far on that, but I don't think his ban is going to affect any of us as guys, because I'm pretty sure his whole fan base, like the whole Andrew Tate, club, cult or whatever, as long as they are around, more videos of Andrew Tate is gonna still keep coming and growing. And this man proved, even in his apologies, that he has done a lot more good, and he has, like, talked about different situations and claims, and like him being a sex trafficker or whatever. He responds to, like, everything. He sounds like, with his final message, he's just a genuine guy that wants to make a positive impact on Earth, and I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that his presence has shooken up this time and age, with us young men becoming into fully grown adult males, and need to know and learn how to do things on our own. And just like, for people like him, that he made a good point about like any other role models that speak up on stuff like this. And really, when he said that, or I forgot how he worded it, but like that's what he's like was trying to say. I couldn't think of like a role model besides Jordan Peterson, but I listened to him more about like his psychology and all that stuff. And yeah, he is also motivated as you, but he's not as much as motivative as a person, with his points of views and like how he does this and that and all that stuff, like Tate does. Tate is a unique guy, and he's not going to be like the last person that everybody's going to hate on Earth, because there's going to be another person that's going to be like Tate or even more, and people are going to hate on that person, and that person is just trying to do as much as good as he can, as Tate did with his messages. And yes, he admits that he did not mean to bring his how he says things, his wording, his attitude and tone really rubbed off and turned a lot of people off a different way. Which, I mean, I kind of saw that from the get-go when I watched his videos. I'm like, no, I think if he said it in a different tone, it wouldn't sound like, you know, he's being a egotistical douchebag that, you know, that this TikTok or whatever is painting him how to be. You know, it's kind of his fault at the same time, because, you know, you gotta take responsibility, because, like, first, he didn't mean to create himself to be in this self-image, but at the same time, it's just like there is some accountability that needs to be taken care of, and I'm pretty sure, you know, this, without this, I don't think, you know, Andrew Tate would have been a thing, and we could have still been, living in the same problems with, like, oh, men are unmotivated for love or for getting money and or going to the gym and all that. I'm glad he came, left his presence, and the man's still gonna keep doing what he's doing, making donations, doing all that stuff, and I'm just glad to see that he's doing all right. But, like, man, he's been getting, like, death threats and all that, and it's just like, man, that's kind of shitty because of his points of views and his opinions. I don't understand, like, what's the problem of just having your own thoughts. Like, there is open to a discussion and conversation, but, like, why, like, if this was being made by any other person, it wouldn't matter, but it's because of this guy, everybody hates them. Girls hate them, well, for obvious reasons, and guys too. I'm like, I don't think you should, but hey, that's on you, boo-boo. But yeah,
Captain,
I feel like he's a hero to all the upcoming young men, even though people have their different points of views. I feel like he's exactly the world needed, and I'm glad that he made his presence. And hopefully when he gets back to doing more podcasts soon, that we get to hear more of his message, his truth, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion on the man, the myth, the legend himself, the top G of all time. Let me know what you guys think. If not, that's okay with me. But anyways, have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is, all that good stuff. I'll leave the video of his final message down below in the description if you guys want to go take a look at it, if you are a fan of his or not. You know, I feel like it's a good an hour watch, because, you know, you get to understand Tay, and yes, it gets a little bit corny when he talks about his ego and all that stuff, about how he's famous, but I promise you, it's worth it, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, later.